All right. Hi, thanks for joining us. And my name is Ivan Boyd. I'm a local artist that I'm just beginning to look into making art in a digital way. I've been primarily a painter. And so that's how I found myself in this fantastic IoT program. I've set up a little video that I'm just going to go ahead and start us with. Okay, let's start it off. Let's see how it goes.
Hi, my name is Ivan Boyd. I'm an artist and art educator based in Albuquerque. Over the years, I've made a pile of paintings, and I love art that delivers a transformative experience, like this 1647 sculpture, The Ecstasy of St. Teresa. Lately, I've been returning to ideas of romanticism, and the idea of the sublime in particular. The philosopher Edmund Burke defined sublime as art that produces the strongest emotion the mind is capable of. Whatever is terrible is a source of the sublime. Making sublime art that is simultaneously beautiful and disturbing is difficult today using the relatively subdued traditional art forms of painting and sculpture. A friend, recently returning from Convergence Station, the Meow Wolf in Denver, said it was more visual stimulation that he could handle in one day. I see both the promise of electronic art matching the pulse of today and the danger of it slipping into either spectacle or cheesy decoration. My foray into electronic art began with making a simple mirror box, often called an infinity box, which I brought to the IoT class and began working on for my midterm project. It wasn't anything to write home about, but I was excited by how the space inside my 12 by 12 cube expanded recursively. Which brings me to my capstone project that I am presenting today. I wanted to flesh out the infinity box by having more composition of forms inside the box and to package it in a more refined exterior of black plexiglass. The internal electronics went through a complete overhaul, beginning with an upgrade to the particle argon processor. A Garmin LiDAR light sensor was added with the goal of creating a kind of visual tractor beam, and a string of 100 Adafruit neopixels were incorporated to deepen the spatial field. These are triggered by the addition of a wide range movement sensor. Here you see a sketch of all the components working together. People are represented by the circles with the V shape. Notice that V3 on the top right has a phone in its pocket with a Bluetooth-enabled BLE-capable phone. The PIR in the center detects movement anywhere in the room and turns on the fairy lights represented by the circles and dashes snaking through the middle area. The LiDAR movement sensor is in the middle and has two eyes with a narrower range of beams coming from them. The DSM, or dot star matrix, is the rectangle to the left. It is activated when V3 uses their BLE device to send an image, which is received by the BTE antenna at the top left of the drawing. To send an image, a participant would take a picture, crop it, and then the Adafruit application pixelates it based on the resolution guidelines provided. Here you may see why the resolution is not quite good enough, and the image that arrives is even less descriptive. So this is a major issue that will need to be resolved by increasing the resolutions fourfold, or to about 1024 pixels. Mad scientist or rat's nest are both terms I heard as I was working to put it together on the last day. So, without further ado, please grab your doppelganger and join me inside the infinity box. Try to get it. Well, that's good.
Oh, no. So I'm trying to make sure that I have.
Okay, here it comes. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Now, come in really close in next time. Nice panning.
Well, I cook enough, so I should know how to pan by now.
Man. Is that a pan pun?
think so.
Okay, so that wraps up that. And now I will pick up on the PowerPoint. This is motivated by this idea of capturing the sublime is motivated by, like, how do you capture something as large as the night sky? In the Infinity box, I see options that just aren't present in traditional art forms like painting and sculpture. I had a number of challenges making this product or this project. One is just that there are so many different types of lights in it that the software libraries and the electronics kept on stepping on each other's toes. And there had to be some modifications made in the libraries to get them to interact. Making art in 3 dimensions in time is pretty challenging, and understanding how color is painted with light as opposed to using, well, paints. Also, the construction of it was super finicky with tons of wiring bundles and wires that could pull out and cause it not to work at the last second, which is really very nerve-wracking when you're putting something like this together. Next, I'd like to, of course, work with these lights and make the colors much more involved in the design. I didn't get nearly enough time in this project to explore that as much as I wanted to. And also, I'd like to make other types of electronic art. The Infinity box is a wonderful thing because it expands space so dramatically. But there are so many opportunities with digital art that I'd like to explore. So those are what I'd like to do next. I used a variety of hardware for this project, upgraded to the particle argon, tons of Adafruit products, which give a lot of depth and variety to the imagery. The Garmin LiDAR is a very powerful and concentrated beam that gives very precise measurements up to quite a distance away. And the goal with that was to have participants see that LiDAR come into the range of the LiDAR and have the Infinity box respond to the person's watch coming into it by turning on lights or getting brighter, things like this, which I just barely began to explore. It was constructed out of 5 acrylic mirrors and 1 really expensive 2-way mirror in the front on my laptop. Oh yes, the challenges. I think I went through those. I went through that too. Am I going backwards? Okay, I would like to appreciate all of you for joining us. My partner, Diane Sanchez, Brian, the great teacher, and the IoT students that have joined me this semester. They're all a great group. Cecilia Castillo is this fantastic instructor here, and Dana and her team are amazing. Thank you very much.